Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about a very important subject, and this is how we know things. And so we're going to be talking about an idea of a Christian or Catholic epistemology, meaning epistemology is the study of how we know stuff. So we're going to look at an understanding, a model that's going to help us understand knowledge and gain healthy attitudes toward knowledge about our faith. So I want you to imagine, like, let's say you want to go to a city and know about what this city is like. You could, look up about it on the internet. You could do all kinds of things, but the real way to do it is to go there and to experience it for yourself. And so when you go to a city, you're usually going to find somewhere to stay. So we're just going to say that you decide to check into a hotel. This is going to give us this understanding of epistemology. So let's say you decide to go to a hotel. So when you want to have that place where you're going to stay, when you get to the hotel, you're probably going to pull up, and there's going to be some kind of a door. There's going to be some type of a door that's going to get you into the hotel. And you're going to walk into the hotel, and you're going to kind of go in the door, and then you're going to go into the lobby, and you're going to start to see, probably there'll be a nice big floor there, maybe some places to sit, some stuff like that. And then you're going to go to a desk, and that desk is going to have some type of a receptionist is going to be there at the desk, and probably there'll also be an office kind of hidden back there where there'll probably be some type of manager back in there, but you'll probably be talking to somebody who's kind of at that front desk to help you get situated, get into your hotel, and do that. So what does what does this have to say about knowledge? And what we want to understand is that each part of this metaphor of the hotel can tell us about how we can know about our faith. And so when we enter the hotel, it's like going through that door into the hotel is like finding a piece of evidence for something we believe, something that we're going to know. And so, let's say you find, let's just do one piece of evidence for the Christian faith. Let's just say the fact that Jesus fulfills one prophecy in the Bible about the Messiah. So, so the thing is, when you read that, you say, okay, that's interesting. He fulfilled one prophecy. Maybe he's the Messiah. So then that's like going into the door. The door is a point of data. You go, okay, ooh, look at this. Then you go into, then the thing is, what you really want to do is you want to go past that point and you go into the lobby. And when you go into the lobby, you enter into a pattern. So the thing is, then the floor of that lobby, we want to think about that as a pattern, saying, okay, well, oh, look, he fulfilled this prophecy, and this other prophecy. So now there's a pattern. So the thing is, you move from this one point to you go in through the door, and now you're walking on a pattern. So the pattern is something you're seeing there. So then when you see this pattern, you're kind of seeing this, and then that allows you to then go to the desk. And so the desk allows you to kind of go there after seeing the pattern, and then you go talk to a person. So we go from a point of data to a pattern of the data to, trusting in a person. And this person, we could say, obviously in the Catholic context, is the church, is the teaching authority of the church. You go to that person because you say, okay, wow, there's a point of data that leads me to understand the pattern that Jesus is the Messiah. Oh wow, let me take the authority that says that Jesus is the Messiah, which is the church, and I'm gonna believe in that authority. I'm gonna believe in that authority. And obviously that also brings us to obviously that person at the desk is going to have some back in the day they may have had a book that you would sign in, but today it's a computer. But that can represent the Bible, that can represent the scriptures. So we kind of see the person at the desk, the scripture and tradition of the Catholic Church is kind of there at the desk. So, you kind of go from this understanding of a point of data to a pattern to this person who has, who has this kind of person with a book at the desk. You kind of have this scripture and tradition. You're then trusting in the authority. So the thing is, and obviously behind this person hidden in the office is the manager, is the manager of the hotel. And that represents God. You're trusting in God because you know that the scripture and the tradition is a representative of God. So that's how you come to know God in that way. So I think that also, so what happens then is we end up with this principle that once you go into the hotel, for example, so the hotel is not just about getting to the front desk. The thing is it's about a unified experience of how we explore the world. We were thinking about exploring this city. So when you go into the you kind of, once okay, yeah, the manager knows what's going on. This person at the desk represents the manager who knows what's going on. Then you can talk to that person, about things. Okay, where am I going to go in the city? What am I going to do? And the thing is, the hotel then becomes your home base for further exploration of the city. So it's you can then go out and get more data. And the thing is, as you go into you went into that first door, that first point of data. Then you got onto the floor, which is the pattern. Then you got up to the person at the desk with the book. Then you got you got there. But the thing is, when you're in the lobby, you can see other corridors, other doors that lead into the lobby. There's all these other doors. You can see, now I'm in the lobby. I can kind of see around the desk, and there's another door that comes in from the back of the building. You can kind of see all these other doors. And the thing is, eventually, you might even, I remember a time we went to a hotel one time and we kind of went in through a side door that they're like, no, that's kind of not, I think they said something like, that's kind of not the door you should go in through, or something like that. We might even go in through a door, let's say we believe something that kind of leads us into the pattern, but maybe that data point isn't great. You don't need to be fully invested in the data point. Because then you can kind of see, oh, look how many doors there are leading into this lobby of this pattern that supports me going to this desk of a person. So it's you don't need to be as attached to the individual points of data, the individual points of entry, because you now understand the pattern that underlies them. And you can realize that, okay, if that door is shut, it doesn't matter. It's kind of I understand that there's enough doors leading into this pattern that I can go trust this person. So it's you could say, okay, well, maybe you thought Jesus fulfilled 5,000 prophecies and he really fulfilled 1,000 prophecies. Okay, well, those data points, it's okay if he didn't fulfill those extra ones because he fulfilled the ones he needed to. Let's say that there's this many miracles that you believe in. You say, oh, I thought this was a miracle, but actually that other thing was a miracle. Well, it's that one door may not be a legitimate miracle, the other one may be. So you can kind of go in through that door. So the thing is, the fact that we kind of move from the data points to the pattern to the persons, we kind of get detached from the data points. But of course, it informs them. And then the thing is, once you see the pattern, you also then can understand and look for other data points. So this kind of cross-pollination happens. The points lead to the pattern, and the pattern leads you to find more points. The pattern leads you to the person leads you to find more patterns. It's each these type of things kind of can mutually reinforce each other and can even let you explore outside the outside those data points and kind of understand how to explore the outside world, and understand that it's really this this cross-pollination principle is something that's very helpful to understand, so that when you're at the desk, let's say that the thing is, the scripture says, it kind of says trust in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding. We go up to the desk where the Bible is, where the church teaching authority is. We lean there, and if you look at how the person would lean on that, the person's feet are on the pattern, but they're leaning on that desk. They're leaning on and in dialogue with the authority. So that's the thing, is we're really trusting there. So we're not. So there's a firmness about that we trust in authority, And there's also a humility because, we understand that we might not know how the whole pattern fits together. We might not know which data points are legit, which doorways into the hotel are legit and which aren't. We can afford to be flexible because we found in a way to be firm. So that's the kind of psychological attitude that comes from understanding this type of epistemology. So it leads us to say, okay, well, I know that what the church teaches is true. I might not know exactly how the church teaches, how it's all true, but I know that it is. And so there may be some details we might not know, but we understand the pattern, we understand the person, So it's like, this is really, I think, a good way of understanding this way of how do we come to know things. So I hope that this is helpful to you in finding a way to really understand your journey of faith. And we have to remember that this experience of the hotel is a vacation. We're going to see a city. But ultimately, the thing is that when we, as St. Paul says, eventually there's a time when we shall know even as we are known. That, sometime eventually we go home and we know God. The hotel is how we know in this world. But in the beatific vision, in the glories of all that is to come, in the heavenly and resurrection type things that are in the future, there is this knowing even as we are known. That is not where we know directly. So it's like there's this sense of having this much more direct knowledge is also there. So this really explains how we come to know things in our daily lives in this world. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope this helps you understand how to come to better know and understand how you know about your faith.